Yay. Well, welcome. Welcome to this practice and this yoga and meditation practice. And so we'll just close out our Mondays together in a very, I'll say restorative type of way, where we're just going to connect to our breath and to drop in, soften a busy mind, and take some relaxation before we turn in for the night. So start with your hands together at your heart. I hope you're sitting in a comfortable way. And then we'll just start to make this friction between your hands. And if you wish to close your eyes here, just drop into your breath. Maybe breathing in and out through your nose. Okay, so if you're wearing glasses, you'll just slip them off because we're going to place these palms over your eyes. So just bringing the palms to seal over the eye sockets, the fingers just drape over the head, and then seal the eye sockets so it's very dark. Drop into your breath, into this darkness. And then allow your head to drop into your hands. So like you bow your chin, so the face is looking down, but your hands are supporting your head. And then slowly begin to release the hands, and they're just going to come away. They'll come back together. Your head is bowed, eyes closed. Start to rub your hands together. Breathing nice and easy through your nose. Okay, we're going to place these hands at the heart, one at the heart and one on the throat. So whichever hand goes to the throat, you're just going to hold your throat, let the palm just be covering the base of the throat, and take your other hand to your heart. And just drop in here, a few breaths. As a way of just grounding, centering, and warming. Yeah, take the hand at the throat and bring it down to your belly. And just breathe here. And then take the hand at your heart and bring it down to just below the hand that's resting on your belly. And again, breathing. And then release your hands, take them to your thighs. And with your eyes closed and your chin bowed, just start to rub your thighs a little bit, front to back, even the sides, outer sides. Massage your knees. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. So just moving between the thighs, the knees. A few times, it might even start to make like almost a figure 8 shape. And then let the hands move down to the shins. Just up and down the shins a few times. And then maybe the whole leg. Good. And then just let your hands rest on your thighs. Turn your palms to face up. And then we'll take a few breaths here. Just feeling the body as you've brought your own touch to these parts that you're starting to drop and to rest, to ground. And then stay as you are as you inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale, lengthen tall. And exhale completely. Okay, sorry, the dogs are fighting right behind us, and it's kind of funny, but okay, we will ignore them, bring it back, and we'll open this practice and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin. Release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, friends, let's start in downward facing dog. Again, just as we've been doing, as a way of just getting into the legs, dropping the head, and feeling your own breath for a few cycles. Yeah, and let's stay in that. Once you get into downward dog, feel free to move however you like. And then once you're settled, whatever that means, even if you're still moving, just really drop into this cycle of like full inhale. And if you want to exhale through your mouth, you can. And you can also close the mouth, but still make that noisy exhale through your throat. So do like 5, 10 of those types of breaths. So you start to really get into this body, this breath. And then whenever you feel you're done with your dog, then we'll take it to child's pose. And once you get to your child's pose, whenever you get there, then you'll just maybe adopt the same type of very relaxed, very intentional breathing. And just getting into your body, into your breath. And we'll take a few more breaths in your child's pose. Just melting your heart. If you feel you want to rock a little bit, you can totally do that. If you need some movement, just to drop in, drop your heart, be very heavy. We'll come up to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, we'll bring the forearms to the floor. And we're going to come to forearm dog, nothing like we did in last class. Where you bring your palms together, interlace your fingers. Just find the forearms nicely connected. Tuck your toes under and press up and back. Then drop your head. You push the forearms, or the forearms into the floor. Walk your feet in a little bit. The head can really hang. And you might be able to even just move your head a little bit side to side or front to back. Still with the breath. Good. And then again, from here, you'll just come back down to your child's pose whenever you're ready. And as you come to rest, you can put your arms anywhere, but if you come down, you might take your arms behind you. And again, drop into your breath. Okay. So from here, friends, you'll either go back to downward facing dog for a few moments. So you can go ahead and do that. And if you want to stay in child's pose for a little bit longer, that's fine. And whichever position you're in, we're going to take it to forward fold. So stay as you are. 2 more breaths. And then child's pose, people, you'll just bring your hands back, tuck your toes under, lift your hips to the sky, and downward dog, people, walk your feet or your hands towards each other. Find your version of forward fold and, make the feet a comfortable distance, bend the knees, move a little bit front to back. You can rock forward and back on your toes, on your heels. Just find some way to bring some movement into this forward fold for a few moments. Okay. And then just rocking your hips side to side. And then we'll come back into this forward fold. And you might just keep your hands on the floor. I'm going to give you 3 options. So hands on the floor, grab opposite elbows and hang. Or take your hands behind your back, interlace them, bring the shoulders together and start to take these arms up and over your head. You keep your elbows bent. We're not doing a full practice or anything. You're just looking to ways to open. You can drop your head. Maybe the legs are going to straighten a little bit more, maybe not. And take one more breath. And then release your hands to the floor if they were lifted or touching your elbows. Bend your knees. We're going to come up to standing just for a few moments. Reach your arms up and then bring the arms down by your side. Just stand and breathe. Okay, reach your arms up in the air. Inhale. Good. And then as you exhale, bend your knees. Start to drop yourself back down. Come back down to forward fold. Okay, hands on the floor or grab opposite elbows. So you switch, or if you're taking your hands behind your back, opposite interlace of the fingers. So yogi's choice here. Start to straighten and move your shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades together more if that's where you are. Breathe into your comfort, your discomfort. And then we'll take the hands down and find downward dog, last one. So this is our last downward dog, guys. If you'd like to lift a leg up, take dog peeing pose a few times. If you need to kind of twist your back, it's a great little twisting. You can go there. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back down to child's pose. Okay, really drop in, settle in. Be with your breath. We'll make our way to sitting. We come up to hands and knees to tuck my little toes under. I like to stretch the feet, walk the hands back, lift the knees. And I'm going to do this a few times, front to back, just to wake the feet up, the calves up. And we're just coming to sitting from here. So however you want to do that is fine. If you're doing this with me, and have fun. And then we'll come to sit. Okay. All right, so we'll take your socks and your massage oil. Okay, I'm starting on a foot. Just giving that foot some nice love. And so we'll just start working your toes, the spaces in your toes, twisting the toes, all of this stuff, just to create a little bit of, inviting in some fresh blood vitality into your foot. And then just taking your opposite hand to whichever foot this is along the sole of the foot and just massage up and down. Use the whole palm to the whole foot. Just like when we were rubbing our hands together. So here you're doing foot and hand. And we'll just create that heat. You can feel that maybe in the sole of your foot. And then we're going to let the fingers slide in between the toes. And we're going to rest them there. So you can take the other hand, kind of pull the toes up, create that space. And then you breathe. If it's very crunchy for you and your fingers are way up at the tops of the toes, then that is great. That's how you start. And if you're good to start to move, I take the thumb and I'm just going to massage this just before where the ball of the big toe is. So just between, like, right where the toe begins. You can just get in there, and sometimes there's some fun stuff there to kind of feel into. It might be a little discomfort. Good. Okay. Now I'm just going to let my foot move around like I'm taking this ankle for a little walk. And I'll just rotate in both directions, trying to let the hand do all the work. Okay. And then I'm just going to point and flex the foot. Now I'm going to take my opposite hand to the heel, and as I pull the foot into its point, I'm just going to push the heel a little bit, get a little bit more, and then when I flex the foot, I'll take the hand to the top and just kind of pull the shin while I flex. I'll just do that a few times. Just to get into that ankle joint. Good. Okay. Nice. And then you can give that foot a nice little, you can take your fingers out or you can keep them there while you give it a good twist. And we'll sock it up. And then once you've done that, maybe just pause for a moment. If you didn't put socks on, you can even look at the color of your feet. But just feeling the vibrancy. Even though we've already moved a little bit and we woke the feet up a little bit, you can feel how much more you've done. So move to the second foot. Okay. So just rubbing your oil everywhere and then working the toes as we do, working in between the spaces and giving them little twists, little tugs. Good. Okay, and then I'll take opposite hand and I'm just going to move it up and down the sole of the foot. Nice, easy breath. Relaxed eyes. And I'll just keep doing this until I start to feel that heat and that friction happening. And once I'm aware of it, then I'll let the fingers slide in between the toes. And the other hand is there to help. Good. And then just taking your time here. Moving the toes if you can, massaging with the thumb. Just breathing. And try and get that space in between your toes to open. Okay, so now I'm just rolling the ankle around in the circle, but I'm really letting the hand do the work. Good. And go in both directions. Okay, and we'll just point and flex, and I'll take the opposite hand and just kind of use that to help a little bit. I can get right into this ankle joint, and you might be making a sound you haven't heard, but it's all fine as long as there's no pain. Okay, and then we'll give the foot a nice twist. Okay, and then we'll sock it up. Good. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a few forward folds as a way of also just getting into this body. And so you might want a blanket to sit on. Okay. Nice. Well, I'll say this too, like if you're right by a wall and you want to set up facing the wall so that your feet can go into the wall, sometimes that's really, really nice just to kind of keep everything grounded, but it's also not, if you don't have a wall there, it's fine. Okay, so let's start in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, knees out. You can take your hands with your socks, give your feet a little, how's your father here? Okay, and then just come to sit. Once you've done that and your knees are okay, you maybe have thrown something underneath. Take your hands behind your back, open your heart, press the soles of the feet together, take the toes away, drop your chin, breathe. Rest your gaze. Maybe your eyes are closed, that's fine. But if your eyes are open, just drop the gaze to the floor. And then let your feet relax and start to bring yourself forward into your version of forward fold. Your eyes can be closed. You can stay on your hands, move to your forearms, whatever works. Let your head go. And just take a few moments here. Just noticing if there's Any place of you that's letting go, you can drop in more deeply. And starting to feel your breath moving through you in a different way. Okay, and then slowly start to come out, and we're just going to sit however that is. You want to go cross-legged, that's fine. Just rest your hands on your thighs and just take a few breaths, eyes closed or gazing at the floor. Okay. Down to Shavasana. Let's bring the right leg in, have the left leg extended. And so again, if your leg is lifted, you're going to support it. You always find your place so that you feel, grounded through your legs. Take your hands behind your back. And again, just start your heart facing in between your legs. Close your eyes or rest your gaze on the floor. Okay, we're just going to start with the twist to the right. So the right hand stays behind and the left hand's going to come over to the outside of this right knee. And we're just going to twist. And as you twist, you might add a little bit of integrity into the left foot. And you close your eyes or drop your gaze. Breathe here. And take 2 more breaths. Then release the twist. Come back to that seated position. Let's breathe. And now keeping the left hand on the floor, we're going to turn to the left leg. We'll inhale, lift the right arm up, turn your belly to the left leg. You might even add this pushing of the right leg away from you. And then exhale, extend yourself out, take your hands down either side of the side. And drop yourself in again. We haven't done too much to open up the backs of the legs. I'm just breathing. Just taking a few more breaths. Let yourself melt deeply. Jaw, eyes. Okay, 2 more breaths. And slowly coming out. If you wish to lift the right arm up in the air as you twist yourself back to your center place, and then both hands down and just dropping in. And then changing legs. And propping up underneath the left knee this time. And coming back to your seated with the heart facing the center. Chin dropping slightly. Just dropping your whole self towards the floor if you can. And then lifting your heart. Keep the left hand behind. Take the right hand all the way over and twist towards the left knee. Add a little integrity to the right foot. And releasing, coming back to that seated. Just dropping in even more deeply than you did before. As you inhale, sweep the left arm up to the sky. Turn yourself to face the right leg, and exhale, extend yourself out. Walk your hands either side of this right leg, and slowly releasing yourself in a way that feels good. And you're just finding your edge and breathing into it. Just breathing in and out through your nose as gently as when you were just seated. And as you prepare to come out, and your inhale, you can sweep the left arm up towards the sky and bring it back behind you so you're sitting, just feeling. Okay, so take the legs out in front, and they don't have to go right together, and they don't have to be super wide apart. It's just maybe a little bit wider than hip distance. And let's just start by just turning the feet side to side, so maybe your knees are bent. Good. All right, and then coming to your center, and you're seated on something, and you feel you're supported. Okay, and then we'll inhale as you are. And as you exhale, just walk your hands forward as you slowly bring yourself into a seated forward fold. And arms can go inside the legs, outside the legs, whatever feels okay. Just dropping yourself in, letting the head go, the jaw, the eyes, feeling your breath, and whatever else is waking up underneath the backs of your legs. If you want a little more wake up, and just flex your feet. You want less wake up, let your feet relax. Okay, and then make your way out of this, and we'll just come and sit again. This time as you come to sit, just as you are, if you want to cross your legs, that's fine. And keep your eyes closed, your gaze resting, and on your exhalation, turn your head all the way to the right. And whether your eyes are open or closed, you can turn your eyeballs to the right. Good, inhale. As you exhale, bring the eyeballs first to center, and then let the head come. And then pause here. And you'll inhale fully. And as you exhale, turn the head to the left. And the eyes can be closed or open, but turn your eyeballs to the left. And inhale. Release eyeballs first, and then exhale, bring the head to center. Good. Okay, I'm just going to bring myself into cross-legged, and we'll just do a few neck rolls just as you are. So hands however you like, just dropping your head and starting just going side to side. And if you have some neck stuff, you might just stay side to side. And if you're okay to take it around, then go ahead and do that. But let's not move too fast. Move with your breath. And feel that you're really offering yourself some good head, neck medicine, which is the throat. medicine as well. So noticing, if the jaw wants to open as the head goes back. Change direction if you're doing the full circling and you haven't done that yet. And good. Okay, we're going to end with the head dropping down. Whenever you're ready, just let your head, chin drop towards your chest. And just be here. Good. And then take your hands to the floor and just walk yourself forward into a forward fold. And you're cross-legged, or however your legs are. Just let the head go, the jaw go. Be with your breath. Okay, and slowly pressing yourself up. Pause here, and just going to reach the arms out just to give ourselves this last little stretch of energy. So open your hands, reach your arms. You can even turn your face to look up, lift up. As if you're looking at that full moon that's going to be with us in a few nights. Open your hands, stretch your arms, and we'll inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands together at your heart and bow your chin, just as we open practice. Good. Okay, release your hands to your thighs, your knees, lift your chin. And here, friends, we're going to move into our seated meditation, if that's where you're going. If you'd like to lie down and make yourself very comfortable using your bolster, your blankets, your blocks, make it so nice. And if you'd like to do legs up the wall, even, if you've had that kind of a day, I say legs up the wall is one of those poses that is energizing and relaxing at the same time. So whatever you want to do, we're going to sit for, we do about 20 minutes. As after about 15, I'll let you know. So if you want to change the position, I might even let you know at 10 minutes if you want to change how you are. And that's all fine. Okay. Otherwise, so covering yourself up. What do you want? You took this blanket out for me. You want it? Okay, here. Here, Pete. Come here. Okay. All right. Okay, so however you are choosing to rest into this meditation, and I'll just give you a few moments to set yourself and then to set into this body, this breath, your props. Good. Okay, however you are, we're just going to take Guyan Mudra and touch the pad of the thumb and the pad of the index finger together. It could even be the tips. Make these little circles. And then if you're lying down, maybe palms up. If you feel better with palms down, that's fine. Mudra is effective either way. Okay. And let your jaw rest and your eyes be heavy. Just start by playing with the breath a little bit. Just feel yourself being breathed as you are. Just playing with your breath and seeing if you can elongate your inhale, nice, soft, smooth, and let the exhale also be long and smooth. And notice as you do this, if you're breathing through your nose, through your mouth, combination. You don't do anything to change it. Just notice what you're doing. And notice where your tongue is resting. If you're seated especially, just noticing. Noticing any tension in your jaw. And as you rest these places where you hold your tension, staying with the flow of your breath. And seeing if you can bring the inhale and exhale both through the nose. It might slow things down a little more. At the same time as you keep your awareness on softening the face, these places we hold tension, keeping the breath soft and easy, like the ripples on a lake. And also making corrections if you're seated in your posture. Things that just kind of the habits come in, and just realigning yourself as best you can. There's no perfect, it's just practice. And we change the mudra. And we'll take the thumb pad to touch, same touch, but now you're going to be touching the middle finger with the thumb. And the other fingers can just rest, whatever they do, curl in or open. And then coming back to that breath awareness. A relaxed jaw, relaxed eyes. This fullness of your breath. As you inhale, as full, nice, gentle, as full as you can. And the exhale is the same. Okay, I'm going to move fingers. So we'll take the thumb now to the ring finger. And here you can start to let the breath find its own rhythm. So you might still also be engaging that nice slow inhale, slow exhale. Or you'll just start to let the breath settle into its own comfort. Just keeping the eyes relaxed, the jaw relaxed, realigning your posture as you need to. And just being with your breath. This time, just allowing the breath to lead. And as the breath starts to relax into its own rhythm, noticing where you feel the breath moving into just naturally. And you might notice your breath get very shallow. And that's part of resting, so it's okay. So if we observe the breath become more and more shallow, moving into that still lake or stillness, where sometimes you don't even feel the body moving. The breath is just happening. You don't have to restrict it, let it be. Just don't be worried if all of a sudden it becomes very shallow, if that's your experience. Now taking the thumb to the pinky. Again, settling into your breath, into this body. Softening your eyes. Stay curious and connected to whatever the breath is doing. Its own little dance. Okay, keep the thumb and the pinky. We're going to add the ring finger. So you're touching the thumb, the ring finger, and the pinky pad all together on each hand. Notice if that changes the breath at all. The breath feels a little more expansive, has a little more room, just noticing if that's your experience. And we're going to let the pinky go and bring in the middle finger. So you're touching the thumb to the middle finger and the ring finger. And noticing if the breath feels it has more space. Keep your eyes soft, jaw soft, tongue relaxed. Release the ring finger and bring the index, the middle, and the thumb to all hold each other here. And notice if that changes anything. If you're still seated, and you wish to move into Shavasana or a different position, then just taking the next minute or so to find that. And by the same token, if you're lying down and you'd like to come and sit for the last 5 we have together, then that's fine too. And if you're lying down, you'll just let the hands rest however they like. And if you're still seated, then we'll just bring the hands together, just rest them into your lap and touch all the finger pads, the thumb pads. So the thumbs are touching thumbs, index finger, mid to mid, ring to ring, pinky to pinky. So you bring the hands together and then they can just rest. Maybe it'll be in front of your tummy. You might rest it in your lap. You might rest it up at the heart. So we're just touching the pads together, the palms are apart, and just bow the chin and rest here for our final few moments of meditation. And just be curious and notice, if your mind starts to wander, you might call it back. And sometimes the wandering can be helpful. So whatever you need, it's your meditation. Enjoy your quiet, contemplative, alone time to either clear your mind, rest your body, your breath. And sometimes we engage the mind, and don't admonish yourself if that's your path today. And if you're seated and holding your hands in the mudra, you can now just lay one hand inside the other, place them in your lap. Maybe the thumbs will touch. And if you're lying down, you can welcome to stay as you are. If you'd like to come up to seated to seal this class, and just making any movements you need, and take your time. We'll just meet you when you get here. And if you're here ready to seal this class, then just bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale and grow tall. And exhale, bow your chin. Honor all that you are and all that you've done tonight. Tell yourself you did good practice. And we'll seal this with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Take a moment. Put all your love, devotional energy into your hands. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Offer all of that to yourself. And we'll offer it out. Good. With great love. Thank you guys. Namaste.